Hey, Cayveman here, and it's been a while since I've made a video, so I wanted to update you guys on what's happening with my health. I'm actually getting healthier. But the first thing I want to say is that if you think you have COVID, get to the hospital, get it documented, get them looking at you to make sure that the proper medications are being administered, and so that you can get better. Because man, this COVID thing, it's darn serious. Okay, so what's happened with me? I, as you know, I've got cancer. I've got hairy cell leukemia, and I've been battling that. And in the middle of all that, I got COVID, and I mean, it was a beast. Rona, man, she don't play. She does not play. So what happened was my treatment for my cancer was basically my 5 days of cladribine, which was my chemo, and then followed by 8 1 week, once a week sessions of a drug called Rituxan. Well, unbeknownst to me, Rituxan stops your body from fighting things like COVID. So on my final treatment, I think this what's happened, but I can't prove it, so I'm not going to worry about that. But I contracted COVID. I got positive. And so when I came home, it didn't really hit me at first. Maybe 2 days later, I started having a little bit of a cough. And I we were going to go out of town. So my sister-in-law said, well, hey, let me rapid test you. So she rapid tests me. Well, this was good and bad because she can test me at home because of her job. It requires testing. So she has the test and she can do them. But then nobody knows. So they don't necessarily know the proper treatment. So that was problem number one. She tested me. I was positive. Oh, man, my heart sank. Nobody else in the house was positive. And my brother had already gotten the first vaccination. So that's 2 thumbs up for him. He never got it. So following that, I isolated. So I moved out to the RV, which is now named Rona. And I isolated from everybody, and then everybody in here cleaned everything up, made sure they were masked up and all that stuff. But then I slowly started to get worse. The virus started moving through my body. And once again, remember, spoiler alert, unbeknownst to me, my body was not fighting it. So that's like week 1. Meanwhile, everybody else in the house gets it. Maddie even has a seizure and has to go to the hospital. She's dehydrated. They hydrate her. She gets better. Melissa gets it. She gets it, thinks she's over it, and then still has kind of a falling out. So she's to lay in bed. But then she gets over it. Bianca gets it. So she is over with my ex, and she gets over it, does the time period. She's young, and she goes back to school. Meanwhile, I'm curled up in a ball in my room, phones off, incognito. So you guys probably didn't hear from me for, I don't know, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks. So meanwhile, I didn't know my body wasn't producing antibodies. I'm getting worse, and I'm getting worse, and I'm getting worse. And my sister-in-law just said, this is unacceptable. So she takes me to the emergency room, or no, my daughter takes me to the emergency room, and they look me over, and it's like, well, I mean, all your stuff is good. You look pretty healthy except for this pancreatitis. Yeah, my organs are shutting down. Hello. So they give me that slap on the butt, send me on my way because, of course, I'm okay. So I go home. Meanwhile, Rona is just running rampant in my body, and I curl up in a ball again. So about a week, and my sister-in-law says, this is unsat. You're not doing anything. You need to be getting up. You need to be moving around. You need to be getting better. And you're not. So this time I go to the hospital, and this time they're like, oh, you have cancer? Oh, you're taking Rituxan? Oh, maybe we should run a test and see, what your antibodies are doing. So they run the test, 0 antibodies. Thanks a lot, cancer. So basically, Rona had been running crazy in my body for, 3 to 4 weeks. I got pneumonia, full-blown pneumonia. I'm struggling. I mean, my breathing, I'm still getting pretty good oxygen because I'm up around the high 80s, low 90s, but I'm still, I need oxygen. So they put that in. It dries out my nose, makes it all bloody, yuck. And of course, you're in the hospital, so they're sticking you, they're pulling, but you just can't sleep. And so I just think I'm going to die. I mean, and I literally was dying, unfortunately. So I would implore you, especially, those my fellow hairy cell leukemia folks, where you're getting a drug Rituxan, your body may not be fighting it. You got to get to the hospital. You got to talk to somebody, and you got to make sure that your body's fighting it, that something's fighting it. Otherwise, it's just going to kill you. I'm serious here. It can kill you. People are dying. This is no joke, people. So meanwhile, it's running amok in my body. My body's not fighting it. They get me this plasma, and they order plasma with convalescent antibodies. So it's basically somebody that already had it. They give their plasma. It's already got the antibodies in there, ready to fight, ready to help you out. Well, they order it, and we have one of the worst winter storms across the eastern seaboard that we've had in years. Everything's pretty much shut down, and especially in Huntsville. I mean, when you get 2 snowflakes, they shut the damn town down and zip it up. So it was coming from Florida. I got nothing. So meanwhile, Dad lays in a ball in the hospital, at least where they can see me and make sure I don't die. And so about 2 days later, they get the convalescent antibodies. They put them in me. It takes about 2 hours through IV. I get those in. And, it wasn't the magical immediately you feel a difference cure. But, over the next several days, wow, what a difference. My body started fighting it. I still had trouble breathing. They had me in the steroids and stuff like that. But I started getting better. So convalescent antibodies, plasma, that's something that you probably they're saying that if you get that right up front, then it can help you not have to go through the hell that other people that get this stupid virus, crazy virus, so ready for it to be over. Other people that get it, you don't have to, your body doesn't have to suffer as much as that. So I would implore you, make sure that you go to the hospital, make sure you talk to people, make sure you see them, they diagnose you and they look, and make sure that your body's fighting it. We don't want you to die. We love you. So anyways, flashback to me, no longer curled up in a ball, starting to feel better, starting to walk around in my my Freudian, my hospital room. And so they decide, okay, they're going to let me go because I'm doing better. In fact, my oxygen levels are over 90 consistently. So they take me off oxygen. They don't send me home on that. I go home, and that next day, I overdid it. We went to the RV show, and I walked like crazy. But I tell you what, I wasn't fatigued or sore, but I was feeling better. Still felt like crap. In fact, even right now, it's like a bad sinus headache, where your head is just all hazy. And that, I think, is the one lingering effect. And I think that's because of the meds that they had me on. They had me on some steroids and some antibiotics and some other things. And I think that's why that is. But bottom line is, I'm starting to get better. I just want you guys to know that. I love you. Thank you so much for all the support. And that's basically what happened. I was dying. I got those convalescent antibodies. They started fighting the virus. And now I'm slowly but surely getting better. But daggone, man. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for this COVID thing to go the hell away. I want to live my life. But that's me. Rasputin tour. It seems like shingles couldn't kill me. Cancer couldn't kill me. COVID couldn't kill me. Divorce couldn't kill me. I'm still here. Lord must have a plan. Thank you. Love you guys. God bless.